Good morning everyone and welcome to the class. Today we will do some extra questions from this chapter, Struggles for Equality. So we have the first question. The question is, what are the different bases what are the different bases on which people are treated unequally? Okay, so what are the different bases on which people are treated unequally? So your answer will be the different bases on which people are treated unequally are following करके आप first point दोगे, poverty and the lack of resources. Okay, the first point is poverty and the lack of resources. And then what will be your second point? Right, the second point is on the basis of religion. Third point, on the basis of caste. Okay, and fourth point, on the basis of gender. Okay, in this you can give example also, like when you say that people are discriminated on the basis of poverty and lack of resources. In this you can give the example of Swapna and Trader, or in order to understand also this is very much important. Then when you say that people are discriminated on the basis of religion, you can give the example of Ansaris. And then you say when people are discriminated or not treated equally on the basis of caste, then you give the example. You can give the example of Om Prakash Valmiki. And on the basis of gender also you can give that for same work the woman gets less salary than their male counterpart. So in this way your answer will be completed. Okay, and now we have next question. So we have next question. The next question is, what problems were faced by the people because of construction of Tawa डैम, है ना? क्या प्रॉब्लम्स उन्हें फेस करना पड़ा तवा डैम की कंस्ट्रक्शन की वजह से? ओके, सो योर आंसर इज the problems following are the problems which were faced by the people because of construction of Tawa dam. This is your introductory sentence. It will also always be there in your answer. And then you will write the first point that the construction of Tawa dam submerged large areas of forest and agricultural land, which caused displacement of the forest dwellers, forest dwellers. Then your second point will be these forest dwellers settled around the Tawa reservoir and started doing fishing as their livelihood. Okay, and then your third point will be that in 1994, it's your third point, in 1994, the government gave the right for fishing in the Tawa reservoir to private contractors. The government in 1994, the government gave the rights for fishing in the Tawa reservoir to private contractors, because of which the villagers lost their livelihood. This is all. Okay, these are the 3 points. And now we move to the next question. Why was Tawa Matsya Sangh formed? Why was Tawa Matsya Sangh formed? So, you will write the answer that here you will again repeat. First of all, you will tell the problem, what the people who were living around this Tawa river, what problem they were facing, and then because of those problems they organized themselves as Tawa Matsya Sangh. तो इसमें जो इसके पहले वाला क्वेश्चन का जो आंसर था वो इसमें इंक्लूड होगा, है ना. So why was Tawa Matsya Sangh formed? You will write the answer that the forest dwellers faced the problem of displacement because of construction of Tawa Dam, and in 1994 they lost their livelihood because the government gave the right for fishing in Tawa reservoir to private contractors. Okay, this is first sentence. And now you will write that against this decision of the government, the villagers stood united and decided to set up an organization in order to protect their rights. This is your second sentence or second point also. इसको आप point wise भी लिख सकते हो. And then third, and thus Tawa Matsya Sangh came into existence. Okay, so this is your answer. Why was Tawa Matsya Sangh formed? And now we have next question from this Tawa Matsya Sangh only, that what were the demands of Tawa Matsya Sangh, and what strategy what strategies were adopted by it in order to fulfill its demands. Okay, so what were the demands of Tava Matsya Sangh, and what strategies were adopted by it in order to fulfill its demands? So first of all, you will have to write the demands of TMS, and then what were the strategies, measures adopted by them. So answer is the Tava Matsya Sangh demanded that the Tava Matsya Sangh demanded that the villagers must have their right to continue fishing for their livelihood. Okay, the villagers must have their right to continue fishing for their livelihood. Okay, and then you will write the next question, answer of the next part. What strategies? पहला पॉइंट में आप ये दे दोगे क्या उनका डिमांड थे, एंड सेकंड पॉइंट में यू विल गिव दैट the TMS organized rallies and chakka jam in order to fulfill its demands. These are the two answers, two points. Okay, so now we have next question. What was the response of the government when TMS Tava Matsya Sangh protested for the rights of villagers? What was the response? Setting up of committee. So you write the answer that in response to the protest of TMS, the government set up a committee to examine the issue. The government set up a committee to examine the issue. And now we have next question, which is very much related to this one. What was the recommendation of the committee? What was the recommendation of the committee? The committee recommended that fishing rights must be granted to the villagers for their livelihood. Okay, this is your answer. And then we have next question, and the question is, so we have next question. how can we fight against inequality in a creative manner? How can we fight against inequality in a creative manner? So your answer will be that we can fight against inequality in a creative manner by composing songs, poems, and by writing stories, dance performance and art pieces are also an example of creative expression against inequality. Okay, so this is your answer. And now we have the next question. So we have next question. In our country, what is the basis for struggles for equality? In our country, what is the basis for struggles for equality? So the answer is that the basis for struggle for equality is in our country. First of all, you will write in our country, the basis for struggle for equality is that all people are equal. All people are equal. The next sentence, our constitution recognizes the equality of all persons. Our constitution recognizes the equality of all persons. This is your answer. ठीक है, बस इतना ही. इसके बाद हमारे सामने है अगला क्वेश्चन. So the next question is, why our constitution is referred to as a living document. Why our constitution is referred to as a living document? So our constitution is referred to as a living document because it has real meaning in our lives. Because it has real meaning in our lives. Because you can see, ये आपको नहीं लिखना, बस इतना ही लिखना है. Because it has real meaning in our lives. Constitution में जो लिखा है उसकी वजह से ही तो लड़ाइयाँ होती हैं, स्ट्रगल होता है इक्वालिटी के लिए. बिकॉज आवर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन रिकॉग्नाइजेस इक्वालिटी एंड जस्टिस. सो वी फाइट फॉर इक्वालिटी, वी फाइट फॉर जस्टिस वेन एवर देर इज वायलेशन ऑफ इक्वालिटी एंड जस्टिस. ओके, सो दिस इज योर आंसर. एंड नाउ वी विल सी some other question. This is our last question. Okay, the question is, What is the core of the struggle for? What is the core of the So the answer is the core of the struggle for equality in a democracy is the dignity and self-respect of each person and their community can only be realized if they have adequate resources to support and nurture their families and if they are not discriminated against. Okay, this is your answer. But in question you have to add one word. What is the core of the struggle for equality in a democracy? In a democracy. This is your question. Okay, so this is all, and in the next class we will start a new chapter in history. Okay.